discuss operations on sets and Venn diagrams. There are four basic operations on sets. The first one is the union of sets. The second one is the intersection of sets. The third one is the difference of two sets. And the last one is complement of a set. Please be guided with the different objectives for today's discussion. First is we will be able to differentiate the operations on sets. Second is we will use operations on sets in making new set of objects. And for the last one is we will be able to solve problems involving sets by using Venn diagram. So let's talk about the first operations on set, which is the union of a set. So union of a set is defined as the smallest set which contains all the elements of both sets. So meaning to say, when we say union, the operation involved here is addition. We will simply add all the elements of set A and set B. Remember, there should be no duplication when it comes to the elements of the set. So meaning to say, we will add A and B, and if there's repeated elements, then we will write it once only. Just like for example, let set A is equals to 2, 4, 5, and 6. Let set B is 4, 6, 7, and 8. So find A union B. What we're going to do if we will try to illustrate it using the Venn diagram. So as you can see here, we have, this is the set A, the first circle here is the set A, the second circle is the set B. So the elements of set A are 2, 5, 4, and 6. The elements of set B is 4, 6, 7, and 8. So as you can see in the illustration, we just write 4 and 6 once because it's a repeated element. So pag italic naman siya for set A and set B, we will write it once only. For the illustration, the diagram here at the center is the intersection of the set, which will be discussed later. So we will write 4 and 6 here because it is common to A and B. That is why when we have A union B, our answer is equal to 2, 5, 4, 6, 7, and 8. So these are our answer. Isulat ra nato kausa si 4 and si 6. That is the union of a set. Alright, so let's try it. If A is equals to 1, 3, 7, 5, and B is equals to 3, 7, 8, 9, find the union of two sets A and B. So you can pause the video and you try it yourself. So for this example, as you can see here, we have A 1, 3, 7, 5, B is 3, 7, 8, and 9. So A, okay, one moment. Alright, so let's go back to our first example. Again, you can pause the video and you try it yourself. For letter A, if A is equals to 1, 3, 7, 5, and B is equals to 3, 7, 8, and 9, if we will write all this set, there's a repeated elements which are 3 and 7. So, ibalik naman ng 3 and 7, then we will write it once only. Therefore, we will have A union B is equals to 1, 3, 7, 5, 8, and 9. So you can write the elements in order or pag-saguli in order as long as all the elements are being included on your final answer. So again, when we say union of set, all you have to do is to add all the elements and then omit the elements that are repeated elements. So margin na siyang inyong buhaton. Let's try our second example. Let X is equals to A, E, I, O, U, and Y is a null set. Find the union of two given sets. So if we're going to answer this one, the elements of X union Y, given that Y is a null set, is this one. A, E, I, O, and U. So these are the elements of our X union Y. So ano man, because we have a null set, meaning to say that's no elements. So if you, just like if you add a specific number to 0, the answer is the number itself. Meaning to say, if you have union of two given sets where one set is a null set, so the answer is the set itself blank. That is why we have A, E, I, O, and U. For number 3, if set P is equals to 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and set Q is 0, 3, 6, 9, and 12, and set R is 2, 4, 6, and 8. So find the union of sets P and Q. So first thing to do is to identify the set P and Q only. So we will focus on this one. So P union Q is equals to 0, 3. So we will write 3 ones only. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 12. 9 and 12. So these are our answers for P union Q. All you have to do is to write all the elements and then omit the elements that are P and OP, then you write it once only. Okay, how about if we have find the union of two sets? Okay, let me erase this one first. For P and R, so our answer should be this one. P union R is equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, repeat naman sa 2, 4, and 6, we will write 8 only na lang. So, we will have P union R is equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Because 2, 4, and 6 are already present on the set P. Okay, next and last example. Find the union of two given sets Q and R. So Q union R is equals to, where's Q? We have Q 0, 3, 6, 9, and 12. These are the multiples of 6. And for R naman, so the repeated elements for R only is 6. Therefore, we will write 2, 4, and 8. So we will write all the elements down. 0, 3, 6, 9, and 12. 2, 4, and 8. So these are our answers for the union of set. Hope you get to learn about the union of sets. So take note of this important terms. First one is A and B are the subsets of A union B. So the individual sets are the subset of the combination of the union of two sets. The union of sets is commutative, meaning to say the order does not matter. A union B is just equal to B union A. The third one is the operations are performed when the sets are expressed in rooster form. So we cannot identify the union of two given sets if it's not in rooster form, meaning to say we have to list all the elements first before we will operate it, or before we will perform the union of the two sets. Okay, let's proceed to the second operations in set, and that is the intersections of a set. So when we say intersections of a set, if we have a Venn diagram here saying set A and set B, the intersection is this part. Okay, this is the largest set which contains all the elements that are common. So take note of this term, common to both the sets. So largest set na common sa set A and sa set B. That's why we have here at the center showing the intersection of a set. Say for example, let A equals 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, and oh, I forgot to write 6. So there should be 6 in here. and B is 3, 5, 7, and 9. So the elements that are being repeated, or the two elements that is common to set A and set B, is we have 3, 5 lang. Therefore, the intersection, or A intersection B, is equals to 3, 5. So sa intersection class, you focus on the elements that are common to the two sets. Let's try. If A is equals to 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, and B is equals to 1, 3, 8, 4, and 6, we will try to find the intersection of two sets, or set A and set B. So the common elements of this one, I believe we have 4 and 6. And it's present. 8. Yes, there's 8 also in here. There's no number 10. Therefore, the A intersection B is just equal to 4, 6, and 8. Okay. Allow me to write it here and wala na tayo space. So the intersection of A intersection B is equals to 4, 6, and 8, because these are the elements that are common to the two sets. Second example. If x is equals to ABC and y is a null set, find the intersection of two given sets, x and y. So at this point, as you can see, we have one element, or one set is a null set. Therefore, if we have A, B, and C in the other set, kapag intersection, so kay wala may elements ang isa, therefore, B, there is no intersection of the two sets. So x intersection y is equals to null set. Wala siya elements na common sa duha. Okay, so the elements, or I mean the intersection of two given sets, given that the other set is a null set, is a null set also. So ang intersection nila kay wala, or dili zero, but a null set. Okay, what about our third example? If set A equals 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, set B is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Obviously, these are multiples of 3, multiples of 4, and the counting numbers from 1 to 10 for letter C. First is find the intersection of set A and B. So A intersection B is equals to this one, 6 and 12. So we only have 2. 6 and 12. For number 2, find the intersection of two sets B and C. So the common elements for this one is 3, 6, and 9 on B and C. 3, 6, and 9. The third one, find the intersection of the given sets A and C. So our A here is the multiples of 4, and our C is a counting number from 1 to 10. Therefore, the common elements, or the intersection of A and C, is equals to 4, 6, and 8. So we have 3. So do not forget that in denoting the intersection of a set, we will have A intersection B, B intersection C, and then equal sign, and then you write all the elements in a set notation. So let me add this one lang. For the union of set, this is the symbol, and this is read as 4. For the intersection of set, that's the symbol, and this is read as N. So intersection, common elements, union, all the elements, will simply add the elements of the two given sets. Take note to this one. A intersection B is a subset of A and B. Meaning to say, the intersection, baliset siya, ang intersection nila kay subset siya sa bawat set, given set, or individual set. Intersection of a set is commutative. Meaning to say, there's no, pwede na siya, wala siya order. So, there's no limitation when it comes to the order of the set. So you can have A or B, A and B, or B and A. That's commutative. The third one is operations are performed when the set is expressed in rooster form. Just like the union of set, we need to make a set into a rooster form or an listing method to perform the operations in our set. Okay, so we will now move on to the third operations in set, which is the difference of two sets. So when we hear the word difference, I believe we already know that we are dealing with, or the operation involved is subtraction. So we're going to subtract all the elements of A and B, or A or B. For example, if A is equals to 2, 4, and B is equals to 5, 4, 5, 6. So this time class, when it comes to the difference of two sets, the order does matter in hand. So dili siya commutative. When we say A minus B, that means elements of A which are not elements of B. So unsay mga elements ni A na wala si B, mauna ang ato ang answer. For this example, A minus B is equals to 2 and 3. So ano wala man nato gi-apply sa 4 because 4 is an element. For B minus A. For B minus A means elements of B which are not elements of A. In the above example, so unsa may mga elements ni B na dili siya elements ni A. So as you can see, we have 5 and 6. Okay, so B minus A is 5 and 6. Balitan siya. Meaning to say, in the definition, or in the difference of two sets, sorry. So, for the difference of two sets, kinahanglan dyan siya, mag-matter dyan ang order. The order is matter. Okay, let's have our example. First example, A is 1, 2, 3, and B is 4, 5, 6. I think we're done with this one. So let's proceed to the second element. The first example, class kaya naman siya. So, ato lang siyang gansaran earlier. Okay, so for the second example, A, B, C, D, E, F, the first 6 letters in the English alphabet, and for letter B is the B, D, F, and G. Find the difference between the two sets. So A minus B. What are the elements of A that is not present to B? We have B here, so cancel na siya. We also have D, and we also have F. That is why A minus B is A, C, E only. So we have A, C, and E lang. Wala na siya common. For B minus A, we will have, let me use another color of the pen. Let's use yellow. So B minus A. So ito yung mga elements ni B na wala ng A. So we will have CD present. CD also is present. So it is also present. Therefore, we have a singleton set. So nag-inusara lang ang atong element, and that's letter G. So that is how are we going to perform the difference of a set. For the complement of a set, somehow it is similar to the difference of a set. Only that in a complement of a set, we are dealing with the universal set minus the given set. By the way, the symbol of the universal set is either this way, pwede siya naka-union, pwede po naka-letter E, and then may gamay extension. I think, or siya hindi po siya gamay, but that's still read as the union, or the universal of the set. So when we say universal of a set class, for example, we have here rectangle. It is always represented by a rectangle. And if we have two sets, so ang universal class, all the elements inside that rectangle. So universal set, part of which is all the set given to your problem. For example, this one. So this is set A, this is set B. Universal, tanan siya whole. Pwede ka naka another set there. That's this joint set. Pag wala siya common. So there's another set here. So muna siya ang universal set. For letter A, for example, this one. So when we say complement of a set, all we have to do is to subtract the given set to the universal set. So it's important to know the universal set when dealing with the complement of a set. Okay, this is denoted as A and then apostrophe. So apostrophe sa baba. So this is read as A complement. For example, B set, so B complement. So A complement of B. Naara siya apostrophe na madagdag. So if we will try to illustrate it, this is the universal set. This is your A. Inside here is the elements of your A. The complement of your A is all the elements outside the circle. So, tanang elements outside the circle na siya complement of your set A. Let's try our example. So, if U is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and A is 1, 2, and 7, the complement of A is U minus A now. So A complement is just equal to 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. So these are our answers for the complement of our 2, 4, 5, ay, okay, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Sorry. Wala din natin ang letter A. 2, 4, 5, and 6 na. Ay, number 1, sorry. Wala din, number 1. Ayan, ako siya nabantay. Anyway, so siya ang atong answer for A complement. Okay, take note of this important ideas when it comes to the complement of a set. The complement of a universal set is an empty set. So meaning to say, kung U, of course, U minus U, that is just equal to an empty set or a null set. The complement of an empty set is a universal set. So balik sa siya. Kaganina, the complement of a universal set is an empty set. When it comes to the complement of an empty set, so U minus an empty set, that is just equal to a universal set. So, any number minus 0, the answer is any number. So, in anara siyang idea. Third one is the set and its complement or disjoint set. So, there's no common element to the two set and its complement. Disjoint na siya. Kung i-illustrate na to ang disjoint set, this is the universal set, this is set A, this is set B. So, na siya ang disjoint set. There's no common elements to the both sets. Okay, let's move on to our examples. Okay, actually we use the term difference there. Okay, pwede po mo gamit na og complement. Okay, please change it to complement na lang. To be specific, when it comes to complement, we need to deal with the universal set minus the two given set. Okay, when the difference of two set ang given kay first siya set, not the universal set. Mga mother set lang siya. Mga anak siya sa universal set. Okay, for example, let the set of natural numbers be the universal set, and A is a set of even natural numbers. Therefore, our complement of a set is an odd natural numbers. Another example, letters in the English alphabet for the universal set. A is for the consonants in the English alphabet. So our A complement is the set of vowels in the English alphabet. So, minus ang ranimo ang universal set sa given set. Ano na siya A complement, or that's the complement of your set. Let U is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14 to 16. So, meaning to say, as you can see here, these are the first 8 numbers that are multiples of 2. For letter A, we have 6, 10, 4, and 16. So, the complement minus ranimo ang elements sa A sa universal. So, we have 6 here, we also have 10, we also have 4, and we also have 16. So, ang complement plus ang ability is 2, 8, 12, and 14. That's the complement of the set. So please do not forget that when dealing with the complement of a set class, we are dealing with the universal set, right? It has something to do with the universal set. Pag difference of two sets lang, so I will have a set na the central, not the universal set. Okay, for the last topic, we have the Venn diagram. So it was introduced by John Venn. This is John Venn to illustrate figures geometrically. To show the relationship of the two figures, we have the Venn diagrams. So usually, kung gamitin natin siya sa ating mga projects, if we are asked to show a Venn diagram, so we're trying to compare two things. So, kung say elements sa first set, and elements sa other set, and then sa yung common, because a Venn diagram is illustrated in this form. Rectangle ang U, that's the universal set. So this is our U, and then we have here, you can actually have a lot of sets pa happen. Pag magtulo ka set, pwede daghan ang set na itong i-butang. Basta naagad po siya inside the universal set. So we only have two sets here for our given example. So here, these are the elements of A, okay, unique to A only. These are the elements of B that is unique to B naman. And for this part, these are the shared elements or the common elements of A and B, present in A, present in A. So this one is the complement. So wala ni A or wala sa ni B. So that is inside pa rin siya sa universal set, but that's A complement na and B complement. So kung sa mga elements na nasa universal set, dili present ni A, dili present ni B. Meaning a part, this shaded na part. Okay, so please take note the Venn diagrams in different situations. The first situation is set A is a subset of set B. So this is how we're going to illustrate it. Let me use the term proper subset para dili malibog. When we say proper subset, mas gamay jud to element ang usa ka set, just like this one. So B ang mother set and A is the proper subset. Set A is a proper subset of set B. And of course, as you can see, it's inside the universal set. For the second example, we have set A and set B have common elements. So the common elements here is represented in this blue color and blue figure, the shaded figure here. So that is the common elements. Pag ngayon naman sa tag, that's A and B. Pag ngayon sa tag A intersection B, that's A, U, B. So A intersection B, sila sa tag. Okay. A union A, A union B, I mean. So lahat, tanan sa elements nasa A and B. Union i-add mo siya. For the third one, if set A and set B are disjoint, so dili siya friend. Wala sila friend, wala sila common friend. It's like common elements, so nagbuwag sila. But still, the two sets are inside the universal set. Okay, the third diagram shows that the universal set is represented by a rectangular region, as you can see there, and its subsets by circles inside the rectangle. Where representation set by disjoint circle also. So nagbuwag po sila. Let's have our last example for the Venn diagram set. How are we going to illustrate them? So at a school of 500 students, there are 125 students enrolled in algebra. 257 students have daily sports and 52 students that are enrolled in algebra and daily sports. So let's try to create a Venn diagram to illustrate this information. So of course, we talked about two sets, the set na students, the set of students who enrolled in algebra and the set of students who enrolled in sports. So these are the important terms that we need to remember in dealing with this type of problem. So we are just asked to illustrate this information. Or later on, I will add additional questions. I will give you additional questions so that we can answer it together. So muna siya ang atong A. These are the students that enrolled in algebra, and B is the students that enrolled in sports. So let's identify its intersection first. It is mentioned here that there are 52 students who enrolled both algebra and sports. So di-balance nila ang academic o ang sports. So we will write 52 here. how are we going to identify the remaining elements on the side? So, ang nag-enroll lang ng algebra, since naaman kay 125 students na nag-enroll of algebra, so we will just simply subtract it to 52. 125 minus 52, meaning to say we have 73 students who enrolled in algebra. And then, we have, for this side naman, so we have 257 minus 52 gihapon. So, 205 students who enrolled in sports. We have 170. How did we get 170? Remember, we have 500 students. So, i-minus nimo siya sa 73 on the side, 52, and then 205. The total is 170. So, ang 170 students, kung i-illustrate nato siya, na gawa sa nasa sa universal set, pero nasa gawa sa duha ka set na given. First question, if I will ask you, how many students who enrolled algebra only? So for the algebra only, we have 73 students. Algebra only. There are 73 students who enrolled in algebra only. How many students who enrolled in sports only? Sports only. So all we have to do is to subtract them on. So there are 205 students who enrolled in sports only. How about students who enrolled in both algebra and sports? So we have algebra and sports, that's 50. It is 52 students. How many students who did not enroll algebra and sports? Wala na pa sa algebra, wala pa sa sports. So we have 170 students. And that's it for today. So that's it for the Venn diagram. Thank you so much. If you have questions, you can message me. I will just give you the pointers for the examination on the sa message now. So thank you so much, everyone.